I thought before I head in for work today, I would talk about a little fantasy or daydream I had last night before going to bed. A little bedtime story I told myself last night before going to bed. And this comes from a little question I have for you first. What would you do if by some miracle you woke up tomorrow and discovered everything you owned? Your cash, your bank accounts, your retirement accounts, everything you have, maybe if you own a house, if you own a couple cars, everything would double. You woke up and you had two of everything that you had last night. What would you do differently once you got up? And I'll answer. I'll let you pause this video and I'll answer it for myself and how this fantasy came to mind. Okay, time's up. So I'm recording this in late February, and I have very bad seasonal depression. I live in Seattle, Washington, and not only is it cold, it doesn't really snow that much, but it gets very cloudy. And in some ways, that's almost worse. To give you an idea of how much I hate cloudy, snowless days, sometimes if I have the time, I actually drive to Ellensburg where it actually snows. And I actually prefer that than to just have clouds hang overhead. The nice thing about the clouds being overhead is that it does prevent it from getting too cold here in Seattle. If it's just cloudy and it's not raining, I can at least take a walk. So, oh man, I definitely need some exercise. I have a hard time going to the gym actually. The gym can get a little bit too crowded. Sometimes anxiety, social anxiety especially, really gets in the way of me going to the gym. I mean, I talk about going out to meet new people, but I like to have that ripcord I can pull when things get too crazy. I could just head out. One of my biggest fears is being stuck somewhere. I would never let a friend of mine drive me to a party because then I cannot freely leave the area. I would much more prefer to be in control of the car. Um, I guess I try not to drive people to places either because then, especially if I have to be a designated driver of some sort and I can't really freely leave the area, it's kind of funny. Some people choose not to be the designated driver because they want to drink. For me, it's because I don't want to handle not having to stick around for it or for the whole thing. So I was thinking next winter I hope to be able to leave the Seattle area. Um, but then I thought about I like my summer vacations as well, especially in July or August. If I can go swimming in the Gdansk Bay, which I haven't done for a number of years, water really is a big stress reliever for me. I mean, I go swimming here in Ocean Shores, Washington, but Gdansk has something that Washington doesn't. I'll let you think. I don't want to say it out loud in front of the camera. I'll let you think of what it has, what Gdansk has, and what a lot of other places around the world have that Washington does not. But I thought about how it'd be really nice in July or August to go swimming, and but I really need to get away from the wintertime problems, and it just made me I can't really afford to take that much time off, and so it made me wish that everything would double around me. I wouldn't really change my career path or most of my lifestyle. I just want to get away from the winter time. That's how badly I hate the winter time. So last night before going to bed, I was just kind of daydreaming and wishing. And I love to watch unsolved mysteries. It's on YouTube now. For a long time, there was a big copyright issue, and you couldn't watch the old episodes. And one of my favorite segments of Unsolved Mysteries always involved the miracles. You know, this chapel had this miracle staircase that appeared overnight. And okay, let's go. I had a little trouble sleeping last night. And I told myself, let's go to sleep. Maybe tomorrow when you wake up, you'll really do have this miracle, and you'll have double of everything. Cause the first thing I would probably notice had doubled was my computer memory, right? Because I like to write computer games that use a ton of memory. So I have 64 gigabytes of RAM on my computer. And so when I woke up, the first thing I did was to check that I only have the one computer, first of all, and check that the memory is still only 64 gigabytes. It didn't double. But at least I got a good night's sleep. And in some ways, that almost doubles my spirits for the day. So that's not a bad start either. But I love to watch miracles. And it's not completely. If you were to ask me what the probability of me waking up and everything doubling around me is, I would not say zero. It might be close to zero, but I'm not going to say zero. And so I got a little bit excited about going to sleep last night as a result. Anyways, my question for you is, what would you do if everything you owned doubled?